Hi there and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess and I'm a survivor of a narcissistic relationship. On this channel, I talk about narc awareness, education, and support for other survivors. I invite you to subscribe for more videos that deal with all things narcissism. So today I want to talk about self-gaslighting, what gaslighting is, and how to most importantly stop gaslighting yourself. Gaslighting is a form of manipulation and abuse. It happens in all narcissistic relationships. We get love bombed or idealized by this person, and very, very quickly, this high level of trust and trusting this person comes into the relationship. But what happens over time is the narcissist questions your version of reality, and that's what gaslighting is. The narcissist questions what's going on in your reality so that you will question it. And I know you've all heard those gaslighty phrases. You didn't hear that right. Well, are you sure that's what happened? You're crazy. You don't even know what you're talking about. We all hear those things in narcissistic relationships. So what is happening is the narcissist is beginning to control how you're seeing the world around you. They're kind of shaping it and molding it into what they want you to see. And they begin to, since you're so trusting of them, they're going to start telling you what the reality, quote unquote, is. And at the same time they're doing this, they're also imprinting their false version of reality onto you. They further you questioning your own ideas and thoughts. And they continue on with some of these comments that I know we've all heard. It's all of these, you have issues, comments, and conversations. You're mental. You must have bipolar. You have some kind of issue. You have some kind of mental problem. Please get help for this. And again, because there's such a fake, false, high level of trust, we start to do exactly what we're meant to do in a lot of cases. We step back and we question ourselves. You second guess what's happening. And after enough times of hearing everything over and over, well, it has to be true, right? There does have to be some kind of problem with us. There does have to be some issue. And this is where self-gaslighting can come into play. It's literally the direct result of being gaslighted by someone toxic like a narcissist. Curiously, we can also gaslight ourselves a lot of times without really knowing what we're doing because, frankly, it just kind of eases the tension or difficulty, for lack of a better word, of dealing with the narcissist. We believe the bullshit that they're telling us, and it's just easier than fighting about it. It's done in a way almost to just placate the narc, to placate this person, so that we can move on to something else. We've been broken down, we don't trust ourselves entirely, and we just start to give in to that. We develop this mindset of, okay, well, they must be telling me the truth. I don't really remember what happened anyway, so I guess I'll just believe them and let this go. I really don't want to have a fight about it. Another interesting reason why we can start self-gaslighting is because it's kind of a classic codependent move when you think about it. A lot of people who are in relationships with highly narcissistic people do have at least a few issues with codependency. Gaslighting ourselves is just a great way to make excuses for the narcissist, to justify the behavior. We make it pretty easy for them. Sometimes you end up blaming yourself for their behavior. Well, yeah, they yelled at me and they called me names, but they're right. I really must not be able to remember what they tell me. Like they said, I'm not very smart, so I guess I kind of had that coming. Or you might say something like, well, I can't be mad about them being out late. They told me they were going to do this. Apparently, I just can't remember what I'm told. And even things like, no, I didn't see any inappropriate texts. I'm overreacting again. I know. I've been cheated on before, so this is my issue. I'm just making up things in my head again. I'm seeing what I want to see because something's happened in my past and they're not doing anything inappropriate. I'm just making this all up. And yourself, gaslighting. The job of the narcissist really in a case like that is kind of done for them. Again, we do it just to kind of speed things along. There's no fight. There's no argument. You just own it. You accept it. Blame yourself and move forward. And self-gaslighting can also be done sometimes for control. We don't want someone narcissistic and someone in charge of us, controlling us, and we just kind of start to do it ourselves. And a lot of times that has to do with anxiety. Sometimes we get anxiety about the things that we can't control, so we flip it as best we can into something that we can control. So we just start gaslighting ourselves as opposed to somebody narcissistic doing it for us. It's a kind of, I'll do it to myself before you do it to me. Instead of being blamed by the narcissist, well, we just blame ourselves. Instead of being insulted and called mentally ill and really other, terrible things, we just do it to ourselves. Well, I can't remember. It must be my problem. I know there's a problem with me. We just take on all of that responsibility and move forward. And for a lot of people, it just makes sense to do this, really. Think about it. The narc says that you're the problem. You accept it. You gaslight yourself, and it's kind of like peanut butter and jelly. It seems to work well. It all fits. It makes some kind of fucked up sense. And there's this odd calm for a lot of people. Somehow they have managed to fit the square peg in the round hole, and it works, quote unquote. It's easy. No fighting, no yelling, no silent treatment, no devaluing, no fuss, no muss. Yep, I'm this way. Yep, I did it. Yep, it's all me. You're going to blame me. I'll just go on ahead and take the blame. You don't want to take responsibility, so I will. Easy peasy. Look how well this works. If you'd like to talk one-on-one about a narcissistic relationship that you're going through or something that you've gone through, you can reach out and send an email to bookachatwithjess@gmail.com to set up private one-on-one conversations with me. The best way to untangle something like this is, of course, to leave the relationship. Narcissists are never going to stop gaslighting. It is far too powerful a manipulation tool for them. They're not going to stop doing it. The more they gaslight you, the more you can begin to gaslight yourself. And in order for this whole cycle to be broken, a conclusion and an end to the relationship really, really does have to be reached here. There's not much we can do. Again, it's too powerful for them to stop using it. They're not going to stop devaluing. They're not going to start taking any accountability or responsibility. They're going to continue to try to convince you that you're insane, that you're ill, that there's something wrong with you. And they're going to continue to feed you this false narrative that they need you to believe. They need you to do this. They need you to be confused, to question everything, and they need you to believe that they are the ones who, in fact, have all of the answers. Thank you so much for listening. Tell me if you have done this to yourself down in the comments and share what helped you get over this if you've worked on it. Please share and subscribe, like the video. If you haven't, have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.